Good Saturday afternoon to you on the 24th day of January. This is the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. This valid the rest of Saturday and valid through next Friday, January the 30th. Well, we're looking at a storm system that's working its way off the coast and snow shield about as far north as Rutland, Windsor County. A little bit of accumulating snow down toward Brattleboro, Vernon, Route 9 areas. This is in the process of pulling out. Sunshine in the process of working across northern Vermont currently. The next weather system to watch, and just as important, if not more, is this Arctic front. This Arctic front is going to be drawn in by the expansion of this developing area of low pressure. And you can see to the north, push this a little further up, you can see temperatures 1, 0, 3, single digits, and so forth. This is a mighty, mighty cold air, and this is what's going to be arriving for us. It looks like during the day on Sunday and into Sunday night and Monday with some pretty cold temperatures. Doesn't look as extreme as it did just a couple days ago. However, we are looking at some pretty cold temperatures to move in for the probably the first 4 days of next week. And this is the outbound nor'easter off to the south and east of our region. And you can see the Arctic front moving into the picture here to the north and west. And this will affect us, it looks like, Saturday night into the day on Sunday with falling temperatures. And here's another look at the below zero readings up in the northern part of the panel there and headed toward Vermont. That's about 11 o'clock this late in the day Saturday. So most of this activity gets in here, it looks like, during the day on Sunday. Okay, the daily weather map here. This is valid 7 o'clock Saturday morning. Here's 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see this nor'easter is going to be taking a track and really just brush by to the southern part of Vermont. Here's the Arctic front that'll be moving on through. Very, very cold temperatures. This is the 0 degree surface temperature. So below zero across all of Canada's Hudson Bay region. And then you'll see that drop into the region here with that Arctic front. This is going to provide us with probably a dusting to a couple of inches of snow with some snow squall activity. No utility issue. Wind gusts will lower the wind chills as well, but they'll be gusting up to around close to 40 miles per hour at the tippy tops of the Green Mountain spine, but not anticipating any wind issues with this, although it's going to be very cold wind chills. We'll look at that in a second. But you can see the progression here. We do have another weather system that's going to be working in through the mid-Mississippi Valley, Ohio Valley region. This is going to develop into a nor'easter and then track in such a way that it'll probably barely clip us, but we're looking at the possibility of a bigger snowfall across at least the eastern half of Vermont as this develops. This would be moving in on Tuesday, and you can see a very tight pressure gradient, very strong winds associated with that on the backside. That's something else we're watching. But the 977 millibar, well southeast of Cape Cod, looks like southeast of the benchmark. However, it does curl toward Nova Scotia, and we do get a little bit of snow on its back fringe into the eastern half of Vermont, something that we'll be watching very carefully. But even 12 hours ago, the models were showing this as compared to this. So this is a little suspect right now, and just a lot of low confidence right now for what will happen on basically Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night. And once that area of low pressure moves on out of here, it looks like we do have high pressure building in from the Great Lakes. Should provide us with the two best project days, really, to actually Monday. Very cold Arctic air in place. However, that's a huge asterisk with below zero readings in the morning, about 5 to 15 degrees below. And then it looks like the next best day to happen, temperatures will modify a little bit, and that'll be, looks like, for basically Wednesday. So good project weather for about the middle of the week. Now thereafter, another Alberta Clipper system works on through, provides us with a little bit of snow. It looks like temperatures do moderate a little bit upward, but I'm not anticipating any wet snowfall. Okay, this is temperatures across New England, and temperature is basically in the mid-20s, and then fall looks like during the day on Sunday. You can see temperatures lower into the single digits, and then roughly by around 7 o'clock Sunday evening, we're below zero in some locations. And you can see this will be the coldest day, running about 5 to 15 degrees below by Monday morning. And you can see by Monday afternoon, you're looking at single digits. And then another cold night to follow. Not as cold. And then this is the progression right now. Now, what's throwing a little bit of a, was looking like Arctic air would be pretty much entrenched across the region, but we have a little another nor'easter that's now developed, and it's a little more suspect. So Right now, the fight is basically for Tuesday into Wednesday, and what happens. But you can see that the progression is temperature is not really below zero for many nights until we get way down the road here. This would be effectively about Saturday morning or so. Okay, this is the 6-hour snowfall total. So you can see that's the departing area of low pressure on this Saturday. There's the Arctic front dropping about a dusting to a couple of inches. And then we have a good project weather day on Monday. And as we get into Tuesday, this is the next weather system. We'll see that snow start to wrap back toward Vermont. Right now, we're not looking at anything major here, but it does get into Vermont. By the way, this is the 0-degree isotherm, so entrenched Arctic air up here will get pulled into the system, but not ridiculously so. That's the last of the snow, so that during Wednesday, we're back into another area of higher pressure. And then the next weather system moves in. This is a Clipper system I showed you just previously. GFS Ensemble out of Burlington, centered on Burlington, shows all snow, all blue, all good, and no issues in terms of utility threats with what snow that does fall would be generally in the dry side. 7-day total accumulated precipitation melted. This has been the storm track off the eastern seaboard. You can see less than 0.25 of an inch in some parts of Vermont. And this is the 4-kilometer wharf. Kind of gives you an idea of that departing area of low pressure off the eastern seaboard. There it goes here. And the snow line is pretty much out of here. And just a few flurries here and snow showers that come through with that Arctic front. Maximum temperature anomalies look like the coldest in the east. It's warmed out west, and we got a nice split now. And we'll slide that over 3 days, and we got still a lot of warming across the west, more neutral near Mexico, a little bit more storm action again, and of course colder in the east. Deep freeze. Residents of very cold Arctic air sets up just to our north and occasionally gets pulled down in our neck of the woods. So warmest day of the week is today, Saturday, and then a pretty good temperature fall. We're indicating 5 to 15 degrees below for Monday morning. Temperatures make it back up into the single digits. And then we stay cold, but start to climb out. Another cold drop indicated for 12Z on Saturday. That does line up very nicely with the European model. So looking at temperature, you'll notice the purple colors there east of Hudson Bay. That's some pretty cold air that comes in on Monday. Then you see the temperatures moderate just a little bit. That's a little bit of a change, and again, that's due to that nor'easter to affect us on Tuesday. And then we start to see some of the coldest air then begin to drop back out and push toward us. This is 7.5, 8 days out. But just to pull that a little bit further on down the road, looks like a deep chill. This would be valid the second day of February. So very, very cold Arctic chill. And again, the battle line, the baroclinic zone between relatively warm and a lot colder deep Arctic air, entrenched at this point in time, will be taking place down the road a piece. That's it. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.